Yakub, wine merchant. Do you know that reference, Dan?
No.
Never mind.
What's
Anders knows it. Anders knows it.
Oh, well, I'm not Anders.
That's also true.
Know your audience.
AVANGAR are on the T side of Dust2. Can they have a repeat performance after what we saw from them yesterday? We got 3-man on road in that short position from NRG. They've come into this with a plan. They got a stack looking into the lower tunnel, and Breeze is going to have a look up top, and they will see not much of anything. Now the question marks are B tunnels and long doors. Long doors is where Sanji's making his way. No P250 for AVANGAR. We've got stereo frags though for NRG.
Just splat, splat. What do you do about that? 3 players left. At least they're on the T side. You know, it's a little bit easier when that happens. When you're on the T side, you got more space to move. You can maybe find still an engagement that makes sense. So they'll have Sanji making noise towards A just to make things a little bit more confusing. Keep the rotation away from B. And it's really difficult to go in the tunnels. The reason why you can only have one, or rather I should say, the reason why you can have just one player defending B is because you have such a favorable long-range engagement, and you get all this time in the world to nail these players coming through the tunnels. So you can see this is one of the reasons why AVANGAR are going back into mid. So it looks like they may even go for the split on A, but now making some noise. And I think Stan would have heard that, and Breeze certainly will. So he's going to realize what's going on.
James fell off the box and then got back on the box. So I think they were trying to give sound cues that they were going towards mid, maybe. Well, all the information is known now. Sanji is alone, coming up from a long position versus 4 with 17 seconds on the clock. He needs to die. Now, the CTs could troll and just move away and have him with $150. You can see Tarek's going to stand his ground. 7 seconds, though. I don't think they should engage. Leave him with no money. Leave him with no money. He's got no time to plant the bomb. They're going to lose the round by... Oh, Stan, why? Why you do this? Man, leave him with no money. $150. He's got less to come at you with in the next round. Well, he chose the bonus cash, Stan. And that's fair enough. Can't really argue with that. He was presented with a T, and he chose to engage and pop him in the face. So there's the first round for NRG, and we haven't seen much purchased yet by AVANGAR. We've got a Desert Eagle for Sanji. And that's about it. Again, I think AVANGAR are going to be up against tougher opposition here on Dust2 than what we saw yesterday, so there's no guarantee the same thing will happen. I can't wait to watch Cirque. For those of you in GoTV, I'm picking Cirque all day in this game.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what AVANGAR can do on Dust2. I think they will surprise them. I'm glad that we see them on the T side first, because, again, the T side is so drilled and regimented that it should help to give them confidence, especially, of course, if they find success with it. The Eagle there for Sanji, looking through the double doors with the flashbang, making sure there's no CTs close, but there is one close on the left side and the right. And so that crossfire is going to be a problem. Is going to be a problem. However, looks like AVANGAR might not test it as they move towards the tunnels, back towards B. And Stan has actually reversed also back towards the B doors. So, oh man, this is not going to be easy. They're going to have to get a really nasty shot with that Deagle. Just one. It's on Sanji. I hope he's good with it, because he's going to have to be pretty damn excellent with it. Going for it. Ooh. Oh man, the nade has done some serious damage there. Yeah, nothing they can really do, is there?
Meat with a follow-up of potatoes from the rifle of Ethan. Spray down. The garden hose is out, and Buster just waits for his eventual doom. 30 seconds. No need to run to his demise, but he'll try and do something. Cirque getting cheeky. Standing there with the USP. And there we go. There is the round. Marvelous stuff. I'm curious as to how much damage was done by that HE grenade. One can only imagine.
NRG in the zone right now. They are very focused. The thing as well is AVANGAR is this kind of a team whereby they can be some serious, like they can be a serious gatekeeper team in terms of what they can offer. They can play at a very high level, and they can definitely surprise you with the tactics that they have on offer. You know, actually, of course, Chad was describing that on the desk. I believe it was Chad talking about some of the innovations they have made on Dust2, but I think he referenced the elevator smoke. Some nice angle from Ethan, that right eye peek, doing some damage, finding Keycut and Adren. That was very unfortunate. He peeked out at a perfect timing. They were not looking.
He also has the advantage of the gap in the wall. If you're on CT spawn, you will see the T slightly earlier simply because of the shape of the wall there, which is really good if you're sniping. Really good if you're sniping. Interesting one to deal with. One to be aware of at home for sure. 1 minute on the clock for the remaining 3 players of AVANGAR. They've got 1 flashbang and a bunch of guns. James always looking, well, often, not always, looking for that shot, that entry through the middle doors. There we go. Cirque makes it even more difficult now for AVANGAR, and he'll avoid the flashbang, but one player's gone beyond his scope, and James will deliver the kill. There's a chance to plant the bomb. James may look to try and hold a short position now. However, that Molotov is quite painful, and the bomb can't be planted just yet. Going for a flick, not quite hitting the mark, and the CTs are encroaching on the bomb site now. James is going to get taken out. Only 1 kill in that round for AVANGAR.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You know, James had an opportunity to really save the day there, but the shots that he would have had to have hit, it would have made Reddit, you know, straight away. It would have been 2 really, really nasty flicks on very tiny targets. So can't ask for that all the time.
Ethan 7-0 at the moment.
Yeah, the timing on this, the angle is just so perfect. And Adren goes for that trade, but Ethan again. That's one of the reasons why Ethan is so good. As I mentioned before, his consistency, his mechanics are so damn good. He is the best rifler on the team, I would wager.
Yeah, it's interesting with Ethan because I feel like in the last, say, 6 months or so, NRG didn't really achieve as many results as you would have wanted them to, like to have seen him doing, bearing in mind the skill on the team and so on. So I feel like he's still a little slept on. He is a really, really strong player. Cirque, I don't think was seen there by Adren. He's got no one to boost him over the short box, and now he's got nothing to boost because he's dead. Can't boost a cadaver. In the meantime, AVANGAR will move through the long doors. They won't see much of anything, but James with his Mac 10 is moving elsewhere. A Mac 10 on Dust2 in an eco round. Good luck.
Yep, that's all you can really say. Cafe American. Nice.
American.
American. Well.
That weak-ass coffee. Give me Lavazza any day.
Cirque will spots the oncoming push from AVANGAR, the Hail Mary into the... Oh, hello. The Eagle is going to connect. Oh, caught on the
that was awesome.
Run boost. Yep. I mean, they got a frag out of it. It's not bad. It's not bad, but you don't want things to get too far away from you. We'll get the second big buy coming in from AVANGAR, and the first round did not work for them. And hey, you know what? The first round fell flat a little bit. You know, Ethan had a great performance getting that 2K in middle, and that really hamstrung AVANGAR's push.
How satisfying is that to watch? That's beautiful.
Looking to see a better result here for AVANGAR in this one. Oh, well, looking to disrupt the action. Cirque, he's looking to be a little bit cheeky here. The shenanigans in the lower tunnel with the AWP.
If you saw the angle Keycut was holding, though, he was looking for this push, I think, without showing his weapon, which is why he was aiming at the wall. But Cirque gets a kill anyway. Where's the flashbang?
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. That's really rough. NRG finding ways to open up with the opening first or second kill, which is, again, we know AVANGAR. If AVANGAR get to set up, they're good to go. But NRG know that, and they keep denying them that potential. But you can't do that all the time on the CT side of Dust2. Oh, okay. That smoke is supposed to stick in the wall and then cover you as you jump up towards catwalk. It's supposed to be like a Xbox smoke almost. But Adren, we've seen Adren throw it and he nails it. He's dead. So that's presumably why Buster's thrown it instead.
I've seen 2 different players for AVANGAR throw that and land it. This is the first time I've seen it fail.
Yeah.
Cirque with the aggressive short angles. I like that one. That one's better for being able to fall back. The box is towards the right, jumping on the bags of grain. You can get on that box up there, but that's harder to fall away from and move to cover. James having a look. And speaking of look at the time. 20 seconds for these players to make their way towards the A-bomb site. Tarek and Cirque are simply waiting. AVANGAR probably going to have to go for the short plant here. They've got the smoke to set up. Cirque had to get a fatal connection there, but he didn't. The bomb almost falling down into CT spawn, but it's still up. But the flashbang will force them back to AVANGAR. The time not working out for them, and neither are the frags. No answer to any of these kills on short. Jame with no other option but to save.
Oh, dear. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's a really hard pill to swallow for AVANGAR. $200 to Jame, dying after time. And they'll take a tactical timeout. And one of the problems we have to highlight it, AVANGAR are not being allowed to run their default. Cirque, in that last round, got a pick from lower tunnels unpunished. Then we have, in the last buy that AVANGAR had, there's a push out from middle. Ethan swings and gets a 2K. I mean, to be fair, Adren's trade timing was good. Ethan's just extremely good himself, and he just nailed that shot. And so that's the two big buys we've seen from AVANGAR, where they're trying to run their defaults. They can't get to that phase 3, which is, your setup, and boom, you go for your set piece, which I think is what they're really going for here. I think it's so strong for them. They execute it very well, and they've decided to go for a force up here with the 5 rounds of loss bonus, James. No nades at all.
That's a lie. They've got a flashbang. Don't mislead the audience, Dan. It is a major after all. Kiket's going to take one in the face. That flashbang won't really get much of anything done. It is a shooting gallery once again. It's target practice. It's archery. And AVANGAR are the board, it seems. This is round number 6, and they have a combined 5 frags on 2 of the 5 players. What happened to all the success of AVANGAR from yesterday?
Well, that's the thing,
Where's it all gone, Dan?
They lost the pistol, and they've had 2 big buys. So they buy there because they're thinking, all right, we have this opportunity to change the pace because we don't want to give up the pressure. But if we get a bomb down in this round, even if we lose it, we still get a full buy in the next round. And so that's kind of what they're gambling on. And they go for the B rush as a huge change of pace. But NRG seemed to be very ready for it, and it just didn't work out for AVANGAR. So the play made sense. I can see what they're going for, but right now NRG are looking really, really confident and very sharp. Speaking of which, sharp objects thrown into Kikert's face. It's not a great start for AVANGAR in round 7.
Making holes in the spacesuits. Dren looks for a gun, he finds a gun. I like the off angle being what that was being held through the double doors by the CTs. So if anybody goes to the left side here, they would get caught. There is a nice smoke you can throw actually from that left side in front of those boxes for the CT cross on long, which goes into CT spawn. Alex would sometimes throw it on LDLC. You don't see it very often. Actually, I never see it, to be honest with you, these days. But it's a nice one to know if you're going to post up there to cut off rotation towards the short position. Sanji asks questions with a smoke. What is the value of that smoke? Considering they only had 2, it's a lot more than $300 for sure. Buster will drop one. Now, what is their play? Flashbangs. Cirque won't see it coming. But he holds his angle. They're lining up for him. Buster's still alive. But not for long. Adren taken out as well. 2 versus 5. They just can't find any frags, AVANGAR. Again, this is not really the round for the frags. Maybe there'll be a bomb plant. That would certainly help them. Bonus money's always good. But so around, so frags. Line them up. There's a flashbang. Beautiful assist, and NRG, they're going to start losing money by winning rounds. Stanislaw is 6 for 0. Tarek, 8 for 1. Ethan, 8 for 1. Spree, 7 for 1. Cirque, dragging his heels with 2 deaths.
I do wonder if NRG
wait, sorry, Dan. We are triple 007.
Yeah. Well,
I've never seen that before.
So this is the thing, right? AVANGAR and winning rounds, it's more or less about getting set up for their set pieces at this point. So they're not even really playing. They're not playing like these long takes where you're going to get kills even if you lose rounds and stuff. They're playing to set up, and they're getting denied their setups. And this is a huge issue. So NRG, they decide not to go super aggressive. They're actually playing a default setup. If AVANGAR was to fall into what looks more to be default Dust2 T side, which is where you go for those long takes early round, which AVANGAR haven't done. NRG just prepared for that. And they found out that, okay, AVANGAR haven't done that. They've taken a fast approach towards Catwalk this time. And so this should help AVANGAR in terms of getting set up now, because they have they've managed to make it onto Catwalk without losing a player. They haven't done that yet in the buy round. So that's progress, I guess.
Perhaps they've been afforded this luxury by NRG, who have 2 players towards long. Cirque moving back with a pop flash to have a look. Again, one thing people may not realize is the role for the sniper on A with utility, flashing for his teammates, be it a flash towards long or if there's a person towards Goose, for example, then a flash in that direction. It's not just about the sniping, often about the team play. And here we go, AVANGAR setting up once again with the usual smokes. They've got a second one now that they're on a full buy, excuse me. So waiting for the flashbangs, has a look, and he won't make a connection this time. He was teased with a head, but they've got to go back to short AVANGAR. They've got to plant for short and move back. The bomb's only just now making it towards the site, but it will get planted. 5-on-5 retake for the CTs, and Jame with a crucial miss there. He had to land that one.
Oh, he's in so much trouble. There's a player coming from the upper tunnels as well. Jame needs to hit shots. He's got to hit at least one of those. And because it's all about the catwalk play. Because then the long players are unlocked. They're starting to try to pincer Sanji with the flank. This is so timely. They need this from Sanji. And it's the trade from Buster. He finds the back of Breeze. It's now the 3 players on catwalk. AVANGAR know exactly where they're coming from. This is their chance to win a round. In they go. Buster takes down 1. And there's simply not enough reinforcements for him. And the defuse comes through in the nick of time for NRG. But that's the kind of round that AVANGAR have been playing for so long. And they've been denied because NRG have previously been aggressive.
Yeah, the frags are basically irrelevant at this point.
Yeah.
There's just too much money. Again, NRG, I think Stanislaw was just shy of 15K at the end of that round. And yeah, Jame really soiled the bed in that mid position, which gave NRG possession of short and long. It was back and forth though, but when you've got short and long on a retake of the A bomb site, it's not often you're going to lose the round, and indeed NRG retain the clean sheet. 8-0. 2 players now for AVANGAR, 008. Not how we like to see Adren playing.
It's really good too, because the way that NRG structured this, their CT side, is they put all the aggression in the kind of first half of the first half, and now, you know, of course, they've secured their economy, and the reason why that's particularly strong, again, is because AVANGAR are a setup-based team on their Dust2 T side, which is really strong if you don't harass them. And then you get into this point where now NRG are covering all their bases by playing really default. They're starting with 3 towards long, making sure they have that position, going back towards A, just playing really standard Dust2 now that they have a really good lead. And AVANGAR have to commit into their style. Can they deal with Cirque, though? He's not shown this position just yet. And you know they love these kinds of plays. Cirque, he's trying to go for the counter. And able to make it work, though, falling back to the side. They've got a player on Goose. He can't escape in time. Sanji catches him. Will there be a molly? They often molly Goose. There's no molly here just yet, though. They don't have one. And Tarek will survive with the frag.
Breeze has got to throw a flash for Tarek. Here it comes, but won't do much damage, but the gun certainly will. The bomb's on the floor now. Adren's just been waiting for the rotation all this time, but it's buying time. There's a fake flash with a gun, but it won't work. Jame on the site now. Has a chance to plant the bomb for short. Going for the fake, looking for pushes. In the meantime, Kika can't really help the short plant, and now Breeze is going for it. 1 versus 1. Can they get their first round? They can, finally. Jame gets that final kill. The bonus money from planting the bomb as well, certainly needed, only surviving with 1 player, and there are still bags on bags of cash. We've got stuffed mattresses, pillows, false floors, everything. There's money everywhere for NRG.
And look at the issues here for AVANGAR. You know, it seemed to be the case that they didn't have enough money for the full utility, because you would typically expect 2 Molotovs that just weren't there in appearance. Well, I mean, because Cirque died, maybe they don't care about Molotoving the slope, but they should always throw that one on Goose, which they normally do. So AVANGAR are playing their style, but it's not looking as clean as it normally does. And AVANGAR have to win this round. Their money is so low. They have to win this round. And now we have double ops from NRG. Ethan's picked one up. He's pretty deep on catwalk. And let's not forget, AVANGAR love that catwalk control.
Man like Ethan with the AWP. Tarek's a dab hand with it as well, as is Stanislaw, to be fair. And again, you can see the shape of the wall is to the advantage of Cirque, and they're going to move before the smokes are up, and it'll go down for free. Kika finds a way to land a headshot, And now there may be some room for variance. Ethan's gone through the smoke and he's not touching the money just yet. Tarek on the high ground, doesn't need to activate just yet. Stanislaw and Breeze delivering, there's a flashbang, going for the follow-up, but now he's missed his chance, stuck in the corner, but he's still got support from his teammates. Hopping back up once again, and Sanji's alone, 1 versus 4. There are low players, but he walks into a triple peak, and that's 9-1 for NRG.
Yeah, NRG are looking so solid right now. It's really cool to see that not only are they able to play their game, they're able to also do just the right maneuvers to make AVANGAR feel so uncomfortable that they can't play their own game, and to make the right moves to abuse the exploitable parts of AVANGAR's style of play. That's kind of what we're seeing here from NRG. And then if you back it up by just good fundamentals, good communication, and good individual level, then here we go. Another spot where we'll see NRG pick a timely moment for some aggression. Obviously, AVANGAR have pistols, so maybe it's not as timely as maybe I shouldn't have used that word. Some risk to this, but Tarek hits the shots, it's fine. And he gets a 1-for-1 though. But Stan will push upper tunnels as well. So it works out here for NRG.
Ooh, that works out even better. Breeze has utility. I think he just dropped a smoke in front of the bomb. AVANGAR remaining players in the B halls, Adren rotating around. But again, it doesn't look good, does it? It looks terminal, to be honest with you, at least in this series.
Yeah.
9-1. There is room for recovery, but we haven't really seen any suggestion of that. You know, there's space for it in terms of rounds, but there isn't space for it on the map. They're being choked out. Smoke everywhere. It's hard to breathe if you're AVANGAR at the moment.
I have to say, though, actually, I think actually the aggression from NRG does actually, I'm going to go back and rescind what I said. I think it does actually make a lot of sense, because knowing the buy that AVANGAR had, I'll hold that fort. So 2v3 now. Breeze and Suck. 2-man setup here on Catwalk. Looks very strong. It's going to take something special here from Adren and Kika. And, well, it's going to be dismantled, but just to quickly finish my thought, what teams often do when they expect pistols is they'll play very passive on the CT side, which allows the T side to run a set piece on the A side, which is very common, and they get a short plant. So to go aggressive like that, you kind of have a great spot to prevent that.
Yeah, I think there's also, like if you look at Fnatic at their best, the psychological warfare factor, where you might do things which aren't like the safest plays, but if you just crush it, if you're just feeling it and you just crush it, it just mentally dejects your opponent and makes them play even worse.
True.
10-1. NRG with 10 times the score of their opponent. AVANGAR, they've got the guns out again. James on the AWP. They've got double Krieg, double AK. And they've got enough utility. Once again, NRG will focus on the long part of A, and they'll leave short open. And that's been working for them. AVANGAR have posted up on short, they've had their grenades and so on, but they haven't really had the success. They've been counter-flash, they've barely made it to the bomb site, and when they have, they've just been annihilated. They've been annihilated. So what can they do different? They have to expect. They know they've been given short for free for a reason. When they've tried to execute previously, it hasn't worked. They're offering a fake towards the B bomb site with utility, but not personnel necessarily. There's still a minute on the clock, however. Ooh, Breeze is going for a walk.
This could work out here for AVANGAR. This is not an optimal setup at all for NRG. They've got to, Cirque really has to give this up after this frag. You can see he walks back. And he's so consistent. He's been playing, everybody's been playing really well for NRG, but here it is, a short plant, and we've seen this situation before. They can hold long, wait for their teammates from B, the 3 players, to go towards Catwalk, and then they will do an A split, effectively. And that's how the retake's going to work. Ethan's looking for the lurker. They expect that someone's going to be lurking, but there isn't actually. But what there isn't also for AVANGAR is any grenades. They have no utility to hold this bomb site now.
Ooh, they're defending from the site itself. They've chosen not to hold short, maybe because of that lack of grenades. So far, so good. Kika hopping down, taking out the player in CT spawn. It's a 3 versus 4 in favor of AVANGAR, just looking for their second frag. And now it's Breeze, 1 versus 3. Now, he still has lots of money, so he could try and do some damage. He does try, but it doesn't work. AVANGAR double their score in round number 12.
Yeah, you're completely right. It was a really interesting setup from them. You rarely see anything like that with so many players and all the time they had, because they took the bomb site really quickly, so they had plenty of time if they wanted to go Catwalk to go and take it, and that would typically be what you would do. But as you say, you know, if you're an NRG and you've got, you know, the last bits of utility you have, you're going to spend it on Catwalk because that's just so expected that the T's will have a setup there. So that must have looked really weird from NRG's perspective, and that will work out for AVANGAR. But, you know, if AVANGAR, you know, don't get too many more rounds in this half, and you ask them about this half, I would expect that they would describe it as, yeah, we couldn't play our game. And that is all to the credit of NRG and how they've been approaching this one.
They've been asphyxiating them.
Ooh, look at this one, though. Oh, no. Another. Bust has been missing a lot of nades. Remember Train as well.
Nerves, maybe.
Yeah, that was a... Oh, dear. Oh, it actually didn't take almost any damage somehow. It's a pretty thick pillar, I suppose.
Yeah, talk about second life. I wonder if that game is still alive. 3 rounds remain in this half. Again, short has been gifted to AVANGAR. They finally had some success in the round prior. I did wonder if there was a flank because Breeze was through long doors. Well, not through long doors, the initial doors with a smoke down, but didn't go all the way. There was no flank. Can't blame him with the pace of AVANGAR sometimes and how they like to hold those angles and just wait for a peek, as you see James doing. As you talk about this with him. He's moving towards long now. 40 seconds, so there'll be 2 players on short. They'll have to move late, surely. Maybe they'll draw the attention of the opponent with these grenades. The bomb's being left in situ. Cirque flashed off the initial angle. Tarek waiting. There is a... Oh, actually, I've got some info a little later on. In the meantime, Breeze has been taken out in the long position. This is a huge problem. Cirque's going to go forward, but he can't get on the ledge in time. Tarek hiding behind the box. 20 seconds. Is there a flash or something that can come for him? Stanislaus making his way up, but he's got no grenades. Tarek doing what he can. He's got Sanji by the car. There he goes. Stereo frags now. 2 versus 2. 10 seconds to plant the bomb, and James is alone. Coming in from a short position. Tarek just needs to hide. Molotov to force him forward. But he's gone beyond the angle. 1 second. And there is the win by timeout. So from Tarek's position, there is a flashbang that you can throw, which goes behind the palm tree, and you can't see it coming whatsoever. It's something that if you watch Alex from Vitality, he's got all the nerd grenades on his stream, so check his stream out for that. But there's a really solid flashbang you can do where you don't see it at all coming up behind the palm tree. It's another hold for NRG.
It is. Went down to such fine margins. It's crazy as well if you consider the fact that there was a really favorable duel lost for AVANGAR with the Krieg up towards Catwalk, but enough about that. We've got a long push coming in, and we have not seen many of these, and it's working out so far. Sanji will go down, but can there be a trade? Buster on the other end of this will get traded out after his frag, and it's a 3 versus 3, working out pretty well here for AVANGAR. They can give this up. They haven't committed the bomb. Adren falling back, takes down Breeze. Cirque will take some damage as well. Adren stuck in the corner. Oh my goodness, catching Cirque at a bad timing for Cirque at least. And it's a 3 versus 1. And this is one of the reasons why we didn't see many kills from AVANGAR early in the half, because they were never going for these scrappier openings, which are so common.
Unlucky for Cirque there. He shot Adren through the corner of blue. That's why he pulled out the pistol to follow up. He was confident, just land 1 shot, however. Didn't do all that damage due to the penetration shot. Ethan now in a 1 versus 3. Did Kikut make a step? I think he might have. 19 HP left. As he expected, Adren. He's looking for somebody top mid. There he is. He's going to try and take the duel, but he's got to get past the door. He does. 1 versus 1 now with James on the site. Can he pick the right angle? The clock is ticking, not for the bomb, but for Adren rotating. James with a Molotov in his hand. He's going to go down to the pistol, and he will just about land the shot. A 3rd round for AVANGAR. 1 more round to go in this half.
I don't know about them, but if I'm when I'm watching that, I'm afraid of Ethan running at them with an AK-47 with nothing to lose. There you go. 3 rounds for AVANGAR. They're scraping some rounds at the very least. Digging deep, finding what they can. I wonder if we'll see another aggressive take on long at the beginning of the round. It's worked out. Oh, hello. I like to see this. We get the rushdown suicide for a quick timing around middle. Ooh, James just knows those angles, doesn't he? Through the smoke, through the doors, and into Stanislaus' chest. And it's of course, a bad buy. You know, finally the money's been broken for NRG. Only took 14 rounds. And AVANGAR should be able to claim this one. And you know what? Like 4 rounds is not awful going into that second half. If they can, you know, obviously they have to win the pistol. They have to start out with a good economy. And if that is the case, you know, you can have these really strong CT sides. This one isn't over just yet. So it takes one through the door as well. Oh my god, the push comes in. Buster will deny them. Good stuff there from Buster to keep things calm. Now there's just 2 left. Ethan's got a Mag 7. On Dust2, Mag 7 is not so good.
Yeah, nothing is good about this round for NRG. Just a reminder, both these teams are playing for a spot in the Legend stage. So NRG will feel confident, however, it's not over just yet. Long rotation from AVANGAR, and of course James and T spawn to get the final kill. At half-time, AVANGAR have 4. Can they recover in the second half? A few minutes until you find out.
And we are back. But are AVANGAR back? That's the question. Only a mere 4 rounds on that first half. They are a great T-side Dust2 team, but you know what? NRG found a way to completely disqualify AVANGAR's game approach. Their style of play just did not work out. They looked for those setups, NRG denied them with aggression, and then played a great heads-up Dust2 CT side after that. And now AVANGAR have to follow the act. They've got to follow the act. They've got to start it off with a pistol win. They've got to start off with good economy. There's no other way forwards.
Sanji spotting mid. Dren making his way down short. Some of NRG showing presence towards the B-bomb sites. Some of them waiting along, waiting for an overextension perhaps. NRG players towards B trying to bait. Tarek having a look lower tunnel, seeing nothing. And now James made his way to Goose. He'll spot the long position. Smoke to create some space. The Dren is really wondering what he should do. Well, we've got some grenades as well. One going towards the window, I think. One going towards the box. Buster down to 51 HP. In the meantime, NRG creep towards long.
And with the great range here to use against these Glocks, that USP, they will get closer and closer, though. They move pretty damn quick. James and Adren will take down one apiece. Not bad to start off with. Suck with a good trade, a much-needed trade, but the bomb is down in the open. That's very unfortunate. Suck has to try to get that. You can see he throws a decoy as a fake here to try to get him to turn away. Just barely grabs the bomb, but Ethan goes down for his troubles as he looks for the re-engage. Suck doing some good damage here. Another kill comes in from him. That opens up... Tarek opens up short, which allows a bomb to go down. And just like that, they're actually now in advantage. Unreal. AVANGAR, they need this.
This is quite the turnaround from NRG, considering where the bomb was dropped. Buster's head has been spotted. Distraction being run. Can Cert capitalize? Trying to pick good timing. Stereo frags again for NRG. What a recovery from them. Not easy to do. The fake flash with the decoy. Everything going very, very well for NRG. Really smart stuff from them. That was really solid. AVANGAR had to feel like they were in a strong position with the bomb in such a deep spot, but it wasn't enough. Fully baited by that decoy. Sometimes it is worth buying the decoy.
Yeah, great save coming in from Tarek and Cirque. James on the scouts. And they don't actually go for the full commitment. Wow, he goes really deep there. That's crazy. He looked for it, but so was Cirque with the Krieg. That's the biggest gun gone. I don't know that they will be able to recollect that because James was pretty committed.
Yeah, I think Cirque was probably mainly watching the rotation into lower tunnel. But snipers know all the angles. And that pistol recovery was really impressive, I have to say. Dren is going to get taken out. Sanji, 2 HP, USP. Maybe Stan goes for an upgrade here. Finally cleared out. Okay, Sek's got still got the Krieg. Breeze on the Galil. Are there any sound cues? You can spray through this box, by the way. So if someone's standing in the usual position behind it, if you're not shy to concede your position on the other side of a smoke, for example, you can go for a spray there. Ring the bell of somebody. By the way, it's 13-4 for NRG. This may be a brief one. AVANGAR are not going to have a great buy here. You can see a Dren pulling out the MP9. Well, we can see it. You'll see it soon enough. So this is a really tight spot for AVANGAR.
Yeah, NRG are kind of shaping up here, showing some playoff level form. Again, we're at this early stage, but we're seeing a really tight ship run here by the likes of Stanislaw. They're looking great, and this level we're seeing out of NRG is what is needed to compete and to potentially have a good performance to make those playoffs, to become the new legends. Good start here for NRG. Keycut with the AWP. So that was dropped on the ground. Not a good look at all. AVANGAR taken up a dark, but Ethan lurks on the other side of things with that Mac 10. Will he go towards the upper tunnels here? Buster's waiting. Stanislaw's there with a Galil to trade as well. So it's looking really good for NRG. It should be a trade at worst. Buster gets 2. That would be a good way back into the round. He's going for it, but he only gets to 1. And indeed, good spacing coming in from Stanislaw to guarantee the trade. He cut on the angle, and it's a 2v3 all of a sudden, but the bomb is at T spawn, so NRG have to go get that. And they've seen the AWP towards B. So AVANGAR have really hard decisions to make it. Do they try to rotate the AWP? Oh, Sanji, he goes for the taps, my God!
Pushes through the doors. That was a mistake, and it will be okay for NRG in the end. A bomb dropped at T spawn. That's a weird situation, but it was quickly cleaned up. And now NRG are up 14-4, and it's eco territory for AVANGAR, excuse me. Unless they don't want to play against 10 match points. Okay, they're going for it, it seems. James has full bought. Okay, there we go. It's coming in. It's a full force buy. Not going to play 10 rounds in a row, but going to try and pull something out of the hat in this one. And they've got a fair amount of utility. They've got grenades to deploy towards long, but Ethan goes beyond the angle. He's got teammates to flash for him as well. In the meantime, Sanji's going to get eliminated. Tarek is here for support, drilling the players on long, and this may be the end of the road for AVANGAR.
Yeah, it's looking like that. James has a scout to defend A, and that's where the bomb is going with 3 players. Strong from long as Circle make his way through the double doors. That's actually where James is going now. Maybe trying to save the scout, trying to get towards B, knowing that that will be safe territory. But here goes shot in the back, so there's no survivors here. It's just Buster. And honestly, there's 4 players who can plant the bomb and try to commit to get the kill. Deny everything from AVANGAR. So Buster might have some fun here as he's got a couple players on his 9 o'clock. There you go, there's 1. Sound cues will allow him some good crosshair placement, but doesn't survive the trade from Ethan. 15-4, and this seems a non-starter for AVANGAR. NRG looking like he might just breeze through to the Legends stage.
Yeah, how comfortable is this looking for NRG? 11 match points over AVANGAR. 11. Really, I really don't feel like they've been challenged, really, in this entire series just yet. AVANGAR have gone missing after a strong performance on Dust2, which was really impressive. We were really enjoying that yesterday. It's night and day from then to now, in all senses. Triple French guns. It's almost a picnic. They've got 1 flash, 2 flashes, AVANGAR. 2 flashbangs, a hope and a prayer. And NRG wait to impose their will on AVANGAR once again.
It's not a bad position from Kike. You see that they're checking for it. Circle deny the push in upper dark, and it looks like they understand exactly what's going on. They're catching everything. Neat Priest doesn't get him on the way out, but he's taking severe damage. And what are you going to do from an MP9 unless you're in close ranges? So that's a good position to take away from Keycut.
NRG makes his way towards the mid position. A better equipped Tarek awaits. Could be a meaty HE from Kika. It won't be. Sanji has a look. No, he's dead. No one towards B. Death by paper cuts. All they can do is wait for their turn. Now calling ticket number 8. Kika walking through the smoke to his doom. There's James. God, this is painful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really rough. Bomb's going to go down on B, and AVANGAR, it's a desperation move, but flank comes in from Breeze. NRG completely outclassing the likes of AVANGAR, and they're going to breeze through to the Legend stage, 16-4. What a beautiful performance from them. They're ready for the next stage, James. They're looking so damn good.
What a brutal last round. It's like a game of snooker. But congratulations to NRG. They make it to the Legend stage with little trouble in that final best of 3. Really strong stuff from them, and for AVANGAR, that wasn't the one. In some matches, they've shown some brilliance. In other matches, they haven't really turned the lights on. So I don't know what's next for them, but NRG, we've got to be really happy with that. Tarek 25 for 9 in that game of Dust2. He was loving life.
Yeah, I mean, again, from NRG, saw some very good default, fundamental Counter-Strike, which looks super clean, looked very comfortable. And we saw everybody performing. Cirque was doing his job. You know, we saw Ethan, we saw Tarek, we saw Breeze, we saw Science, we saw everybody from that team delivering what they needed to deliver. That was great, good focus. But on top of that, they made adjustments, small adjustments in their game to make sure that AVANGAR couldn't play their game. That's how you play professional Counter-Strike. So I'm just loving that from NRG.
Yeah, that was fantastic for them. It's not over, though, for AVANGAR. They are 2-2 now. So I don't even know how much they can really take from that. They just got absolutely battered. Yeah. They had no momentum. It was really just brutal to watch. Yeah,
I think the only thing really is just adjusting how they play because they got so abused by just these small aggressions. It offset them so massively. Before they could really start the game on Dust2, they were like 7 rounds down, and that's a problem. So there's definitely things to address for them, and they've got so much skill and talent and work ethic. So it's a shame to see them struggle so much.
Yeah, that was a really hard one. I'm going to have a quick look at the table. So the other 2-2 teams: Simon Gaming, Fours, and Greyhound. So
Simon Gaming, what a revelation!
I know, right?
What is happening?
It's been a crazy few days at this major in terms of the wins and losses. Complexity have been eliminated now. They went 1 for 3. Furia 1 for 3 as well today. It's the body bags are rising.
Yeah, certainly are. It's been a really interesting major. You know, Pick'ems often get wrecked, but I'd never expected them to get wrecked quite in this way.
Yeah.
You know, Dream Eaters and Simon Gaming contributing significantly towards that. So that's been very fun to watch. It's been a really interesting major. I've got to say, the level of play so far, you know, from the minors leading into this, it's been pretty fun to watch.
Okay, I believe we're going to Sue, who is on the stage with NRG.
Thank you very much, guys. I'm here with Cirque after that dominant 2-0 victory. So first of all, congratulations, Cirque. You're through to that Legend stage, and this is only your 2nd major ever, and you're making back-to-back Legend stage. However, this time the team looks different, so what are your initial thoughts?
I don't want to sound cocky, but I mean, we expected to go through this stage, but we're still excited because after the first loss, it felt like it can go really badly.
Well, despite that first loss against Dream Eaters, since then it's been really smooth sailing for you guys. And I want to talk about the transition that the team has been going through since Stanislaw became the IGL. Results-wise, your team has still been looking really, really good. ESL1 Cologne top 6, top 4 at Blast Pro LA, and then of course the minor, not a single map dropped. So personally for yourself, how has that transition been?
This is the first event that we're actually playing with Stanislaw's strats. Before that, we just plugged and played with him because we didn't have time between tournaments. We never had time. So we had a 10-day boot camp before this tournament, and that's when he introduced his game pretty much. Before that, it was just Daps' game with him calling screamy stuff.
So in terms of the sort of strategies that Stanislaw has been bringing in, how do you feel that he sets you up to succeed?
Before, we didn't really have strats around the up, and I feel like we added a lot of strats around the up with Stan joining the team.
Last time at the Katowice Major, NRG did not do so at the Legend stage. You went out 0-3, but like you just said, things are a lot different this time around. Now with the addition of Tarek and Stanislaw, how do you think things will be different this time?
I feel like last time there was a lot of nerves, so I just hope that won't be the case this time.
We'll see if that's indeed the case. Thank you so much, Cirque. And guys, we're going to be right back. When we come back, let's break down that series.